Those of you who have been following our channel know that we recently had a catastrophic failure of the slide on our Tiffin Wayfarer, and it caused a lot of damage inside. Currently, the RV is in for service, but today we got a call from La Mesa RV, and it is not the call we were expecting, not by a long shot. So stay tuned and we'll give you an update.
Hey there, I'm Rose.
And I'm Dan, and we are the Half-Ass Travelers.
Well, we got a phone call today from La Mesa RV, and we didn't get to the call, but they left us a message. And what it basically told us is that even though our RV is in their care for service, they are not going to be responsible for any damage caused by
Hurricane Milton.
Hurricane Milton. Yes, this is the time when Hurricane Milton is bearing down on South Florida. If you're watching this video afterwards, obviously you'll know the outcome, but right now we have no idea. It is currently churning off of the Yucatan Peninsula in the Bay of Campeche, or whatever they call it down there.
As a Cat 3.
Yeah, and we're not going to be weather people, but
it's growing in strength.
Yeah, they're thinking it's going to be a Cat 5, which is very strong. Well, how does that affect us? Well, let me show you a little map. I'm going to put a map up on the screen. This is the track as of when we're filming this, the track of the hurricane. I'm going to show you where we are, where we live on the map. It looks like we are going to be in the clear, or at least get a lot less impact than a lot of other places in Florida. However, this is where our RV is currently.
And they're in the cone.
Yeah, so we had to decide if we wanted to go up and pick up the RV, knowing that La Mesa is not going to cover any damage if there's wind damage or any debris flying around in their yard. They will not cover it. They are calling all of the people that got service, telling them to pick up their RVs. So guess what? We're in the truck and we're heading north. The good news is that we're going to get to see exactly what the status is of the RV. Now, I suspect we're not going to be able to see much. They told us they did fix the slide, which is kind of out of view because it was the wiper on top that was kind of curled up. So we may not be able to see that at all, although we'll take a look. And they have not yet started to take apart the interior portions that were water damaged, although they have had a dehumidifier and fans on it trying to dry it out, and they have been checking it periodically to make sure it's not leaking. They haven't been doing any work on it because we are still waiting for some parts to come in from the Tiffin factory and from the furniture warehouse in Mississippi. The recliners come from a factory in Mississippi, and they've got a back order on those, and there's a piece of molding that is expected to arrive actually any day now, but they're going to wait until they have all the pieces there before they try to do the repair. Well, now here we have to go pick it up because of the storm. So yeah, we're kind of stuck. We don't know what we're going to do. So we're not exactly, we know they did a little bit of a kind of diagnosing of the problem, so we don't even know what condition the RV is going to be in, but we'll show you when we get there. You'll see it as we see it. We're kind of interested, you know, to see what they did to try to kind of diagnose the issue. We did get some good news though, and this is more of an update. They've been giving us updates periodically. We have been in touch. In fact, our Tiffin tech that we were dealing with, Greg, I think his name is, from Red Bay, Alabama. We dealt with him during our converter issue, and he called us a number of times to check up on us, to make sure that we were being taken care of, to make sure we've got everything we need. And he's also been coordinating on our behalf with La Mesa RV, and they've been coordinating with Tiffin on our behalf. So it seems like we're getting a lot of response. Now, you may argue the reason they're responding to us is because they know we have a YouTube channel, but to be honest, our YouTube channel isn't the biggest channel, so I don't know how much of an influence that's going to be. We like to think that this is the way they treat all their customers, but if you've had a different experience with them, we'd love to hear about it in the comments. But if you've had a good experience with them, we'd love to hear about that in the comments as well. The good news is they've been very responsive. The bad news is we've got a hurricane bearing down on us, and it's really, it's no small thing because La Mesa is almost a 2-hour drive north from us in South Florida. So we were hoping to get an update. We just weren't hoping to get an update in this way. We did pick up one new tidbit of information that we had no idea, and that is we were told by La Mesa that we have a fiberglass floor, not a wood floor, in the Wayfarer 25RW. Now, if that's true, and we're taking it with a grain of salt, but if that's true, then we may not have to worry about so much wood rot or wood damage. There may still be wood under there, like framing or whatever, but that's a lot easier to deal with and easier to mitigate if we've got a fiberglass floor. So we've got our finger crossed that that's actually the case, and it should make it less likely that we're going to have mold issues or long-term water damage, which is always a plus. We have received assurances from both Tiffin and La Mesa that they are going to completely replace anything that may have been touched by water, or at least repair it in the case of fiberglass. If it doesn't need to be replaced, fine. Any metal or anything that got wet, I mean, obviously they may not have to replace that. But we've also been assured that this is warranty work, and from the looks of things now, everything that they're doing to the RV should be covered by Tiffin, including the recliners, which they've already agreed to replace on the warranty. And that is absolutely huge, because when you pay this much for a coach, you kind of expect that they're going to treat you like this and make it right, especially when the coach was only what, a month and a half old when we got it, or when we started having the issues. So this is something that as consumers and as RV owners we should expect. And I believe that we've made that clear to both Tiffin and La Mesa. I'm sure we've made that clear to them, and I believe they may have already understood that.
But what about extending the warranty, because we haven't been able to use the coach and the warranty is just...
I'm not going to hold my breath for that, but it is something we will inquire about.
Yeah.
I don't know that they will do that. The good news is that we're expecting delivery of all of this stuff soon, so hopefully we'll get a chance to get the RV back out there so we can diagnose any more issues before that warranty runs out.
True.
They've already had the coach for what, 2 months?
Yeah.
So we luckily, I mean, we had to cancel our trip in October, but luckily we don't have another trip scheduled until after February. So we're almost there. Once we get there, we'll take you inside. We'll show you what the condition of the coach is in now. The RV is what the condition of the RV is now, and hopefully there's no big surprises.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed. All right, here we are at La Mesa. So let's go inside and find out what's going on. They're retrieving the RV, and hopefully it's not going to be spooky. One of Rose's favorite holidays is Halloween.
It is.
Yeah, that's just a side note. All right, let's go check out the RV. Well, you may have noticed that we are not in the RV as we had planned. I'm telling you, this is not clickbait. We had every intention of taking you inside the RV and showing you, or giving you an update, showing you what it looks like now and what stage of repair it's in. However, we're not in the RV. As you can see, we are driving home RV-less.
RV-less and very, very upset.
I gotta tell you,
what happened?
We'll tell you what happened. Okay, yeah, let's do that. All right, so when they went back to get the RV, they had been storing the RV outside. They had been periodically check in to make sure there was no water inside. Well, when they went back to get it this time, they noticed, and this is the service manager, Clay, noticed that one of the running lights on the outside above the cab, there's 5 running lights up there, he noticed that the one on the driver's side was kind of flickering, which is unusual because these are on the outside of the RV. And far away from any water damage we had, at least the actual light is. So he was concerned about that, so they went inside and they pulled up some kind of covering to look and see why this was happening, and they found condensation beneath the light. Condensation equals bad, let's just say that. Those of you who have RVs right now are nodding yes. Condensation is bad. Condensation's one of the worst things that you can have in your RV. Almost as bad as puddled water. Well, it wasn't just condensation, because then he looked over at the slide, and they had been storing it outside, and the slide had water along the edge. Now, it had not gotten in the coach. It was sitting on the edge of the RV, at the edge of the slide, but there was puddled water there. So they quickly brought the RV inside, out of the elements, and tried to diagnose it. But the bottom line is, there's a lot going on here, that there's more than what we thought. And that's the kind of thing that is going to happen with these RVs. Once they uncover one thing with this water, and it starts getting in, and a lot of you have told us in the comments, you're preaching to the converted. We know that water's bad, and having had water leaks in our house before, we know it's bad. So
it's a good thing that we went up there. I mean,
it is. We're not upset.
Well, I am.
Well, not overly upset that maybe we wasted a trip, because had we not come up,
we would have never known.
We wouldn't have known. They might have found it, but at least we came up while it was raining, and thank God La Mesa did their due diligence and checked it before they just gave it to us.
And yeah,
we are so grateful to them. There are a lot of RV places out there that we have heard that may not be as ethical, let's just use the word ethical, who may have sent us on our way. But I will tell you this, if there's anything we can say about La Mesa, aside from the fact that they've been very responsive to us, that they did not allow us to just take that thing and like do our own evaluation, because
oh my God, we would have really been freaking out.
Yes, I'm sorry, I took my hands, you may have noticed, I took my hands off the wheel to do my air quotes. I will not do that again. We're in an open stretch. Trust me, I don't take both hands off the wheel. Bad me. And Rose is wearing her seatbelt. For those of you who have watched the previous videos, she has learned her lesson. You have beaten her into submission.
Yeah.
All right, so where does that leave us? That leaves us without an RV. We're trying to look at the bright side of this, all right?
Is there a bright side?
We are disappointed in the quality of the build. Let's just get that out of the way, that this is happening. Now,
exactly.
It might be a one-off, but from what we're hearing from people, this is not a one-off. There's an issue with these slides, and we think it's probably has to be with the way that they were designed. If the number of people who are having issues with these slides are, if that's true, if that's a large number, which it seems to be, because we hear a lot of horror stories. You guys post them in the comments all the time with problems with the slides. We've seen it on a lot of YouTube videos. So
I know it's October, but it's not time for horror stories right now.
Yeah. So listen, I don't fault La Mesa. I'm glad that they came and told us, and I was surprisingly calm when he came and told me. I didn't get upset. I didn't start yelling and screaming, because I knew that it wasn't going to get me anywhere, and B, it really wasn't this one wasn't their fault, other than parking it outside, because they had tested it with water and no water was getting in, but somewhere there's still water getting in. So what they told us is that we can leave the coach. They will keep it inside during the storm. They've got this building that's pretty sturdy, that has withstood other hurricanes. We're confident that the RV is going to be okay. We certainly can't take it home, because even though we're outside the cone, we are still going to get winds. We are still going to get some rain. So we don't want it in the driveway leaking and causing more damage. So thank you to Clay and La Mesa for basically saving us the aggravation of having to discover this ourselves.
Oh yeah, that would have not been good, honey.
And I told you how responsive. Yeah, it wouldn't have been good, because Rose would have been she would have gone ballistic. Oh, I did it again. Almost took my hands off the steering wheel. All right. I talk with my hands. Hey, it's the Italian in me. What am I going to tell you? All right. So we're also not upset with Greg, our Tiffin tech, because you can't be upset with him. He has no idea. So who are we upset with, Rose? I think we pretty much covered it. That we wish that the build were better. Let's just put it that way. Can we be upset with Thor? Some of you are going to post in the comments, be upset with Thor. They ruined Tiffin. Okay, we cannot argue that, because we don't know enough about it, but I can tell you that nobody's going to tell you you don't have a point. So true, that could be, there could be something to that. But finding fault is here nor there. As it is, we are driving home without the RV, but at least the RV is inside, not getting more damage. So where do we go from here?
I have no idea.
Clay told us that his next call is going to be to Greg, the Tiffin tech. Apparently Tiffin's got these guys that go around and they do help with the diagnoses. They help out dealers when they have issues like this, when they're not finding a cure right away or a remedy right away. So either they're hoping that they can get somebody over so that they can help them troubleshoot it, figure out what's going on, why are we getting water in the coach, because obviously we're getting water in the coach still, and where's it coming from, why is it there, and let's fix what the problem is. I will tell you that what we had heard about the floors being fiberglass, 100% true. Apparently, I think it's in all the Wayfarers, fiberglass floor. So it's just fiberglass, glue, linoleum, or linoleum, whatever that material is. I assume it's linoleum. But that is a definite plus because we were worried about having water intrusion into wood. Water into wood is no
good.
Bueno. It starts to expand and you have nothing but problems. That's not going to happen with fiberglass.
We know that from experience.
Right. So, so they're going to get with Tiffin. They're going to let us know what's going on and what they can do. We are discussing all options. A lot of you in the comments are saying,
I just want my RV.
Just get your money back. Just write it off. Get your money back. It's never going to be right.
At that point.
That may be the case. We're not there yet.
A
lot of you are saying, Rose is there. A lot of you are saying, just have them give you a new RV. Well, you know, it's not as simple as that. But it is an option that's on the table, and it's a discussion that if it comes down to it, we're going to have with Tiffin. The good news is that Tiffin's been responsive, and we can have these discussions with a person, and a person who seems to know what he's talking about, who has been totally willing that if we wanted to send us up his chain of command, to tell us, to let them know that there's been absolutely zero resistance on their end. So kudos to Tiffin for that. So if we can get mad at Tiffin for build quality, we certainly can't get mad at them for their response to this, and we're not mad at La Mesa anyway. In fact, we're not even mad. We're trying to be optimistic, as we always do. Lemonade out of lemons. We've said it 100 times. So that's where we are. We're driving home. Once we get another update, we will definitely put out a video letting you know the update. This one we were hoping to have more to give you in the way of videos, not just us driving in the car, but we can't give you any more because we don't have any more. So stay tuned for an update video that will be coming out as soon as we get one. In order to see it though, you may have to subscribe, click that bell for notifications so you'll know when the next video comes out. Hey, that's a shameless plug, right, Rose? In all seriousness, we do appreciate the support. We do. Thank you. You guys have, our subscriber count has really bumped up, and we really do appreciate it. We do. We enjoy the comments. Please keep making the comments. Helpful. We love them. Even the ones that you say that we did something wrong, or you think that we're going down the wrong path. We love those too, because how else are we going to learn if we don't get that constructive criticism? Agreed. All right, but please keep it constructive. Yes. Because we don't want you to make Rose cry. Please don't make Rose cry. I've cried enough today. All right, having said that, we will talk to you guys in the next video. Rose, she's not in the donkey kick mood, so I'm not even going to ask her. There's only one kick that I want to give. Hopefully in the next video we have better news to give you, because we could use some good news right about now. All right, we'll see you next time.